It was a big day in Houston, especially on JFK Boulevard in East Aldine.
The Arts Council had the vision, and the management district had the backbone to say, let's do it. Let's make this investment in this community because East Aldine deserves it, and this is just the first step of many, many more to come. And as you can see, this whole intersection was tailor-made for this project. All the hardscaping was already here. This little walkway in front was constructed at the same time as the base was. So it's really a remarkable project. We fully intend to grow our art initiatives, to make sure that the community continues to feel proud, to have awe-inspiring things that they can then go tell their friends, go tell their children to come by, check it out, tell your friends. You too deserve to live in a wonderful community here that we have in East Aldine.
I am super proud. I've been a resident of Aldine for the past 43 years, and so having a statue on JFK is really a long time coming, and I am very proud to have served on the Arts Council that made this happen.
The East Aldine district is basically a big chunk of land north of Houston proper and a little south of the city's George Bush Intercontinental Airport. District officials have focused a lot on public arts projects, including a large mural in the town center that depicts the area's history. Carlos Silva, chair of the East Aldine Management District, says civic pride is a major factor in developing such projects.
Well, Aldine has been around for a very, very long time, since the late 1800s, actually, when we were just a whistle stop for the International and Great Northern Railroad going up north. Since then, the Aldine ISD was founded here in this area. And it's true, we're not a town necessarily or a city. We're an unincorporated part of Harris County. And in 2001, we were designated as a management district. So here in East Aldine, we're basically an enclave that's just south of Bush Airport and about 15 minutes north of Houston. And it's just basically a conglomeration of neighborhoods and a lot of retail and industry that we have out here.
Sullivan notes that President John F. Kennedy had some important connections to Houston.
Of historical importance to the city of Houston. Obviously, he gave his very famous "We Choose to Go to the Moon" speech 60 years ago last year. So Houston's identity of being Space City really had that genesis with President Kennedy's call to say, let's go to the moon, let's develop the space program. So we think that there's a lot of historical importance of having that sculpture out and in the open for people to enjoy. And the fact that it's in our community is just kind of the cherry on top, where folks can come, see it, and we hope will prompt them to want to know what else is here, is one of the expectations that we have. In addition, as I mentioned, to promoting civic pride, which is really very important for us. We want to make sure that our residents feel proud of where they live. So we feel that by highlighting some of our natural resources, such as we've done with JFK, is really one of those ways we can do that. It's not just in the middle of a highway where there's no stopping. I mean, there's literally stopping all the time. And so folks can catch the sculpture from a variety of angles. And that's part of the reason why it's up so high. We wanted for the sight lines to be very good, particularly if you're in a car. So a lot of folks will get the chance to see it. We would expect thousands of people a day, really, will get a chance to see it. And so our goal is that be the hook to bring people slowly deeper into our community so that they can see what else we have to offer. And so we've kind of determined or named JFK on JFK as like the anchor right there at one of our more prominent entrances to our community. And we couldn't be more pleased with how everything turned out.
Silva formed a bond of friendship with artist David Adickes, who is still going strong at the age of 96.
We were there together with the JFK in your studio, and now we're together at JFK out on JFK Boulevard. Isn't that something?
Once a friendship is made, it'll last for a long time.
Yes, sir. 100% agree. Thank you so much.
100%. 99. 100.
He is a delightful human being. He's very funny, he's very patient, and he believes in his art, and he takes great pride in it because his art is not only art for art's sake, but it's very historical. Obviously, he's creating busts of all of our American presidents. So there's living history there. There's a story to tell. It's not just something to look at as a pretty picture or some modernist sculpture. It's pretty amazing how he's magnified what you would see a bust in bronze to basically 20, 50 times that size. And so the fact that he's done that, the fact that he has pieces all over the country, most notably in Huntsville, of course, with Big Sam, and that we now have one of his works out on display here has really been a big treat for us.
He and Adickes hope to bring more big heads to East Aldine. Adickes has a bunch of presidential busts sitting outside his Nance Street studio in Houston, just waiting to bust out.